Figure 18.8. In some ways this figure is very similar to figure 18.7, only in this particular case what the authors of the study were trying to do was to actually attribute a financial value to each of the cells shown in the marine area in the map. So again, the study region is Wales in the UK, and people that participated in recreational activities, and in this case I've just shown the part of the figure that relates to scuba diving and sea kayaking, were presented with a map and were asked to indicate those areas that they typically visited when visiting Wales for the purpose of these activities. In addition, during the questionnaires, they were asked to describe the amount of money that they spent typically on pursuing those activities on each occasion that they undertook those activities. In this way, and by understanding what the total population of, for example, divers visiting Wales is, we're able to scale our responses to calculate a financial value attributed to each of the cells shown in the chart. What you can see is that the value, or the areas visited and where income is generated to local communities from those activities, is quite patchily distributed depending on the activity undertaken. In other words, there are hotspots of economic activity. Often these will relate to the availability of facilities such as ports, accommodation, high quality coastline. And one of the interesting things associated with this survey was that respondents indicated that they particularly valued those areas of the coastline that had a high degree of biodiversity. In other words, organisms that they could view. In the case of divers, things like lobsters, interesting reefs, kelp, so on and so forth. And for example, with sea kayakers, areas of the coastline that were particularly valued were those where marine mammals and seabirds were particularly prominent.